Hello, my beautiful African people. Welcome back to Hail and Ride African Facebook page and YouTube channel. Today we are talking about Paul Biya, the current president of Cameroon. We are talking about life after Paul Biya in Cameroon. As you all know, or some of you know, that this man was born in 1933. He is close to 90 years, which means he's a very old man. But he has been in power for more than, I think, at least he has been president of Cameroon for more than 41 years. But this is not only 41 years. Since 1975 to 1982, he has been the prime minister after the former president. So he has been in power for at least 48 years in Cameroon. And you know, he is the longest serving president in the world. At least people can describe him as a monarch because this is a lifelong president or presidency. You know, some people in Africa, when they go to power, they think that the whole country belongs to them. They own the country. And the only reason why the man has been in power for so long is because he is the puppet to French government. He serves their interests. You know, Cameroon is a francophone African country, which means they were colonized by French. But you know, in Cameroon we have Anglophone and Francophone, but 80%, I believe, of Cameroonians are from Francophone areas. So you know what some of our African brothers do when they get to power, like Mugabe of Zimbabwe. He wanted to be like Paul Biya, lifelong president. He wanted to die as the president of Zimbabwe, even though he was not doing very well for his people. But unfortunately for him, they took him out. And, you know, they made him, they did away with him, and he was forced out of the power. But, you know, in Cameroon, it's unlikely that Paul Biya will be forced out of power. It's likely that he will die as a president. But we are not going to concentrate much on his presidency or his legacy. We're going to talk about life after him, because Africans, we don't think, most of us don't think about long term. We think about short terms, and we don't prepare for future. We don't prepare for eventualities, you know, because one day he's not gonna be in power. And for someone that have been in power for so long, you know, when he finally leave power, it's likely there's gonna be some kind of confusion and conflict. You know, currently in Cameroon there is conflict there. The Amazonian side is fighting for their own independence. And you know, when Paul Biya dies or leaves power, the conflict will escalate. That's for sure. And other things that might follow, because look at Libya, because they say history usually repeats itself. Look at Libya. What happened when they took out Gaddafi? Even though Gaddafi was doing well for his people, but when he died, or when they killed him, when Obama, took him out, the country was thrown into confusion and conflict. Up till now, people are still fighting in Libya. Libya have not been the same as when this man was there. When Gaddafi was there, Libya now is nothing. It's just conflict going on there. This is exactly what is likely to happen in Cameroon if they don't prepare for what's going to happen after him, because definitely there will be conflict, because those who are hungry for power, they are waiting. They are waiting in Cameroon for him to die, and when those people, they might be struggling, they might be struggle for power, and that struggle for power might bring in conflict, because Cameroon have not. I think if he died now, this might be the third time someone gonna succeed as a president of Cameroon. Like they hand over successfully to a president. So the Cameroonian people, I have deep respect for them. My advice for them is to prepare for any eventualities. Ordinary people should prepare as well, and the politicians should prepare as well, because this is a strong man. He has been in power for so long, and when he dies, there will be power vacuum, and there will be struggle for power. And anytime there is struggle for power, conflict is always expected. So my good people of Cameroon, or the Cameroonians, should buckle up now and prepare, so that it will not be like COVID. Africans, when there was COVID pandemic, COVID-19, Africa didn't prepare. They waited for palliative from the West to feed them, because of lockdown where there was no movement. But the West, they have been preparing for this kind of thing. So when it came, it didn't take them completely by surprise. So that's surprise that I don't want this to take the Cameroonians, because things are normal now, because he's there. But when he's no longer there, there might be so much interest, so much selfish interest, between the politicians, and this interest might result in conflict. And Paul Biya came from a southern part of Cameroon, if I'm right. And I want to talk briefly about his tribe. His tribe, in Africa, they say we are so tribalistic, which means people identify themselves by their tribe. And sometimes they fight for their tribe interests, not about the country interest or the whole community interest. So this tribe where Paul Biya came from, they should prepare as well, because power might not continue be in that tribe. When the man passes away, the power might shift. They should prepare for when there will be a time when somebody from their tribe is no longer the president. Or maybe Paul Biya is treating them better because he came from that particular tribe. I don't know. I don't have idea how he treat them. But I heard that he doesn't treat them much better than other tribe. That's the information I got from some of the people I know from Cameroon. So my humble advice for the Cameroonians is to prepare for life after Paul Biya. We're not going to talk about his legacy. Maybe we're going to leave that for future. But, I will not end this without mentioning one of his legacy in Africa, because this legacy is a negative legacy, for somebody to be in power for 41 years is a legacy that you don't want other African countries or people to copy. That's the only bad stuff about this being in power for so long, I don't know how he wins the election, but someone, if there's free and fair election, I don't think he will be winning all the time. So this legacy of being a lifelong president is not a good legacy for Africa or for any part of the world. So my deep respect for the Cameroonian people. Thank you for watching. Peace.